us to a fork in the road. It wasn't that Steve didn't value Catholicism, he just had experienced situations in his life that made his relationship with God a little rough. After our freshman year, Steve transferred colleges and then decided to join the Marine Corps. Seeing him was no longer common. Occasionally, we talked via Facebook or brief phone calls, but nothing too involved. We did, however, remain friends with some of the same people, and when he was home on leave, we'd get to see them when we'd hang out. But there was always a conflict. He was dating somebody, I was dating somebody, it wasn't working out. Until December 2010, I found myself coming back to him again. Our mutual friends were getting married, he was in the wedding party and I was a guest. I remember that night feeling so magical. There's my fam, woo. Oh, more friends, yay. Okay. I remember this night feeling so magical. It seemed like we could finally be at the right place and the right time together. We talked all night, had a blast, and although he was still in the Marine Corps, we were determined to make our relationship last. This was a true time when absence made the heart grow fonder. We had many phone conversations, emails, video chats, Facebook, and he started showing a greater appreciation for me, and I thought things had never been any different. In the 2 years we dated, we only saw each other 36 days. We learned to develop solid communication and unquestionable trust in each other. I'm still very devout, and now he chooses to share that with me. Since August, when Steve was discharged from the Marine Corps, we've been able to grow more in our relationship by going on dates, hanging out with friends, and being affectionate. Well, in moderation, of course. We've grown in another way too. We attend Mass together, we pray as a couple, and we still choose to save sex for marriage. As I mentioned before, saving sex for marriage isn't easy, especially when you don't see the person very much. There are times when I have to remind myself to practice what I preach. I've had to chant in my head, "You've waited till marriage, don't stop, don't give up, you can do this." Sometimes I even have to leave him for the day just so I don't put myself in a jeopardizing situation. The Bible reminds us in 1 Thessalonians, it is God's will that you should be sanctified, that you should avoid sexual immorality, that each of you should learn to control your own body in a way that is holy and honorable. I see my friends who've had children outside of wedlock and are now unable to finish school or working paycheck to paycheck. I'm sad they don't have a solid relationship with their spouse, somebody to build them up when their times are tough. I'm even sadder that something they once stood for doesn't matter to them anymore. One form of inspiration that has motivated me to continue to maintain my promise is by being a mentor for the Roncalli mentors of A Promise to Keep. Margaret asked many teachers to step into this role right around the time when Steve and I began dating again. It's been a great opportunity for me to help juniors and seniors learn the material, practice what they're going to say, develop confidence, and to really be a witness to those other children hearing you. It's a wonderful feeling to still be involved in A Promise to Keep, and it's a great form of encouragement for me to stay true to my promise. I want to challenge you guys. Today, before you leave, you need to decide what your life is going to be like from here on out. Share that with God. He has his own plan for you, but he is giving you the chance to have your own free will and decide what you want for your life. Don't let other people influence you negatively. Allow them to encourage you to follow your dreams and develop enough self-discipline to resist temptation. In my relationship with Steve, we've come to know God better by being pure. That doesn't mean we're boring people. We just want to honor each other by waiting until we're married. When we share our marriage vows on July 6th, we will be going from a commitment to one another into a covenant with each other. This covenant, just like any other, is a solemn promise between God and us. We will vow to uphold our love for each other and be faithful in all that we do. To break it down for you, these next 3 months couldn't come soon enough. But that makes it all more the better. I can already feel myself being so proud on my wedding night to say, I followed through with my promise. I did this. You guys remember this card? I have it. It's in my wallet. I will follow through. And you too need to remember that the choice is up to you. Be loyal to yourself and never lose sight of that.